Yeah, thank you, Ray. So to give you a bit of a backstory, I grew up in a church family for most, if not all, of my earlier years. However, over time, I drifted away. There was a period in my life where I didn't even think that God was there. As in, not that I thought he didn't exist, I didn't think about him at all. I look back on those years and I was so distracted by the things of the world that I couldn't even see or notice him. Almost like being surrounded by a crowd, blocking the view of the most important person at the back of the room. God was all the way at the back waiting for me to return to him. A couple of years ago, a friend invited me to a young adults night, and I just remember telling him and the others that I felt like I had no purpose. I knew I needed to go after the right things and attend church, but unfortunately I didn't do anything about it. My partner Abby was a big turning point for me. At first, the idea of going to church again was a bit scary and uncomfortable, but after a while things began to click and I started to ask myself, surely there has to be more to life than who I used to be. I started to realise there was something more. The first few times, I was definitely going a bit more for Abby than for myself, but I realised I needed to do this for me. I felt a pull from God to grow closer to him. I think one of the things I struggled with for a long time was not having Christian friends around me. But as I started to get to know people at the church, I realised how I was really missing a community. When I look back on the person who I was, it honestly feels like a different person. I just don't know how I didn't even comprehend God in all those years. I just feel this overwhelming sense of peace and freedom that I did not have before. I look around me and I realise how blessed I am for the church family that I have. So why am I getting baptised today? I feel like I'm at a point where I'm ready to make the next step. Jesus commanded it and I want to follow in his footsteps. I want to commit myself to him and publicly declare my union with him, that I'm living for a greater purpose now. I just want to encourage people that although you may feel broken and alienated from God, God doesn't see it in this way and he wants you to mend the rift. He's calling you back to him. He's waiting for you to accept his strong invitation and draw closer to him. When I first started going back to church, I felt like I didn't belong and that I wasn't worthy because I was broken. It doesn't matter how broken you are, God uses people who are broken. Psalm 34:18 says that the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. I give all the glory for his acceptance and forgiveness and for restoring me as his son. Thank you.
Come on.